Hey, Doug here again. I'm a real estate coach and team leader that is here to help you grow your business in predictable, scalable ways that actually are enjoyable to run. So, want to talk to you about something today that every agent deals with. That's objections. They're inevitable in our industry. You're going to have clients that have questions, concerns, or just flat out objections. And here's the thing that most agents misunderstand: objections are not, I repeat, are not rejections. Objections are just requests for more information. So if we could change our mindset from objections being rejection to objections being a request for more information, it will go a long way. And so today I want to talk to you and show you a simple framework to handle any objection confidently without sounding pushy, robotic, or salesy. It's called the acknowledge, ask, advise method. And I want to stay with me till the end because I'm going to give you a word for word script that you can use when someone says, I need to think about it. And this one, it can change everything for you. So, the first step in the system is called acknowledge. The biggest reason agents struggle with this objection is because they try to fight the objection. But the moment someone feels like you're arguing with them or trying to tell them why they're wrong, they shut down. So the first step in objection handling is acknowledging the objection. This means validating the concern, showing empathy, proving that you're actually listening to them. So it's saying things like, for example, I completely understand that. That makes complete sense. A lot of my clients feel the same way as you do. When you acknowledge what they're saying, you create safety. And when people only make decisions when they feel safe to make those decisions. So here's a fun fact. So according to Harvard studies, feeling heard actually reduces emotional resistance by up to 50%, which means when you acknowledge someone alone and that's all you do, that makes the conversation go smoother. They feel more heard and they put up less resistance for what you might say next. So, what is the next step? The next step is to ask. This is where most agents fail. They stop with, I completely understand. A lot of my clients feel that way. Silence. Follow it up with a question. They, instead of trying to answer the objection without understanding where it's coming from, don't just dive into either silence or I completely understand, but and then try to tell them why their objection isn't valid. It's your job to ask questions to uncover their real concerns. So following it up with, a lot of my clients feel the same way. Tell me more about what's making you feel that way. I hear that all the time from buyers. It's a very common thing that a lot of people are feeling with the timing. Is it timing or price or something else that might be the factor for that? What would need to happen for you to feel like right now is the right time and that isn't a hurdle for you to go through? When you ask the questions, you shift the conversation from selling to helping. I'm shifting it from, I hear your objection, but here's the ways that I can help you get past that objection. That's salesy. You're selling them what you can do for them versus, I hear that a lot. Tell me more about that. Tell me what would provide you some comfort to move forward with despite that. When you're asking that, you're asking them, how can I help with that objection? And here's the power. When they say the reason out loud, they also start to solve it out loud a lot of times. If the objection is, well, it's a pricing thing, but I guess that's where houses are priced now, and I might just need to mentally kind of come to that. And it's a timing issue. You know, I don't know if right now is the right time to take a lot of money out to spend on the down payment. Actually, maybe in like a month, 2 months, after I put a little bit more in, that might be. And they actually start to overcome their own objection for them. Now you're working together towards a solution instead of trying to convince them that you can solve it for them. And once you understand what the real issue is, then from that point, you can actually start to advise them. The key here is where a lot of agents mess up is you have to advise based on what they told you, not what you wanted them to tell you or not what you think you heard or not what you feel confident in advising them about. I hear a lot of agents that somebody says, "Well, I'm waiting for interest rates to come down." Oh, I completely understand that. I hear a lot of people say that. What would a good interest rate look like for you? Oh, anything under 6%. Okay, awesome. Well, I actually have a new build community that is willing to pay up, and they start to go, that's not what they asked for. What they said was they need a less for a 6% interest rate. Well, there's a further thing. Hey, so what would that do for you? And then find out what that is. Keep diving down until you find something that you're actually advising them on what their concern is. Keep it simple, clear, and relevant to their situation. Hear what they said to you, acknowledge it, ask for further explanation for them to explain it, really hear that, and then advise that. So, some examples. Since timing is the main concern, how about we set up some alerts to check in weekly? No pressure at all, just want to stay in touch. Or if price is the holdup, I can send comparable data that you can compare so you can see kind of how this is comparing to the data in the other, other homes in the area. And I can send that to you monthly if you'd like to see so you can kind of track how pricing is going. If you want to avoid competing with buyers later, we can start slow now and then, keep looking. And if something does come up that changes the situation for you, we can speed up when you're ready. Support, guide, and empower them, not push them. Put the choice in their hands. At the end of the day, your client is an adult capable of making their own decision. You do not have to make the decision for them and then convince them that it was the right decision. You don't have to push them. You just have to empower them and give them permission to make the decision that they need to make. So that's the acknowledge, ask, advise format. So as promised script, when someone says, I just need to think about it, this is one of the scripts that I use with extreme success, and it could be a game changer for you. So if somebody says, I just need to think about it, what I say is, I completely understand. A lot of people feel that same way. I talk to a lot of buyers that need to think about it. It is a big purchase. Just so I can support you better, are you wanting to think about timing or the price or whether it's the right next step for you? This does three things. It acknowledges their feelings, it opens a calm conversation instead of pressure, and it helps me clarify their thinking where they don't have to defend themselves. It gives them permission to just be honest with me. Hey, I completely understand. When you say you need to think about it, are you thinking about the timing of it, the price of it, or just in general whether it's the right next step for you? I'm okay either way. I just want to support you better. This is how you turn objections into progress and not conflict. People don't want to be told why they're wrong about their objection. They have their objection for whatever reason they have it that they believe is valid. We want to support that but turn it into progress. So I'd love to hear from you. Comment below. What's the number one objection you hear most often? I'd love to be able to reply with maybe a suggested acknowledge, ask, advise script for you. And if you want to actually master conversations and book a call to see what that would look like and how we could best support that, please click the link below. I'd love to have a no pressure call with you, just strategy and support. And remember, guys, objections aren't roadblocks. They're invitations to connect deeper. So you've got this, and I'll see you on the next one.